This video will highlight some of the key features on Quickscribe EnviroFor, but this is intended to be a general overview only, so please refer to the other videos located on the help page for a more thorough review of each feature. Before I take you on the tour, I'd like to provide you with some background about this Made in BC service and describe some of the key features that distinguish Quickscribe from other resources. People are often surprised to learn Quickscribe is a locally owned and operated Victoria-based company that has been providing a reliable legislation service since 1984. Quickscribe is now used by a broad spectrum of professionals, including most BC government entities, most major resource-based companies in BC, and dozens of consultants. In a nutshell, Quickscribe EnviroFor is designed to make it easier for you to research, collaborate, comprehend, and keep tabs on annotated legislation that governs the environment and the natural resource sector in BC. Probably the most important thing for you to remember about Quickscribe is that the legislative content is typically updated several weeks before any other source. This means that you can view and assess important regulatory changes without the wait. Quickscribe is also known for delivering timely notifications to alert you to both recent and pending changes to laws of your choosing. For example, our popular keyword alert tool will actually notify you of any new legislative activity that includes keywords or subject matter that you deem as important. More on this feature shortly. The user-friendly interface was built for BC professionals, and the intuitive layout and search tools will ultimately save you time finding what you need. If you are referencing a section of law, do you think it would be helpful to know that the section was recently amended and how it read in the past? Quickscribe's historical point-in-time features will highlight exactly where there have been changes and when these changes came into force. With a single click, you can even see how the section read prior to the change. Quickscribe's unique Hansard feature provides you with a better understanding of how a section of law came to be, and more importantly, how it should be applied. For example, if you select an H icon adjacent to a section, you will be able to view an actual snippet of the debate that happened in the legislature dealing with that section. Often the minister may, for example, shed some light on what the legislation means and how it should be applied, which can be very helpful. Quickscribe also offers a dynamic annotation feature that allows you to collaborate on important legislation topics with your colleagues. Plus, you can also benefit from commentary that is contributed by some of the most experienced and respected lawyers and professionals in your field. One of the most popular features is Quickscribe's unique PDF feature that allows you to print off sections, parts, or entire laws into a professional-looking PDF that you can print or save to file. Finally, in November 2021, Quickscribe introduced a new supplemental notes feature that provides yet another layer of helpful information about a section of law. These notes also include links to associated ministry documents and guidelines that are relevant to each section. How you access Quickscribe will depend on how your organization's account is set up. Most clients access Quickscribe with a personal username and password. However, some of the larger organizations may access the basic versions of Quickscribe automatically through an IP authentication. No passwords required. For those who access Quickscribe without passwords, we still encourage you to create your own password via the Create Personalized Account, located on the top navigation when you first log in to Quickscribe, as shown here. Creating a personal username and password will not only allow you to access Quickscribe from any location, but it will also unlock several customizable features such as keyword alerts, bookmarks, and more. So let's get started with the tour. I will begin with the basic ways to locate or find a law. Quickscribe includes access to all BC statutes, regulations, bills, orders, and a growing number of federal laws. However, this platform is primarily geared for those who need to reference and track forestry, environmental and occupational health, and safety legislation and related material. On the left, you can set up an unlimited number of bookmarks to specific sections or laws that you refer to most often. To add a bookmark, simply select the bookmark icon adjacent to the law or section of interest. Below the bookmark section, you will see a list of the laws you recently accessed. There is also a general browse feature on the left, which includes access to various documents, repealed laws, and even early consolidations. Quickscribe routinely fields requests to make available copies of legislation, as they will read when pending changes come into force. If your organization would benefit from seeing how a particular law will read when pending changes eventually come into force, just give us a call and we will be happy to publish this for you at no charge. Aside from bookmarks, the fastest way to locate a law is to use the title search located on the top of the home page or from the dedicated search page itself. Simply begin typing numbers of a regulation or letters for the title of the law you are searching for, and a list will begin to generate as you type. The top navigation bar includes numerous helpful tools that relate to the law that is open on your screen. For example, you can access full-text historical versions of the law as they read at different points in history. These dates represent a point in time when the law was amended, so you can view the full text of the law as it read the day before the amendments came into force. At any time from within a law, you can call up a definition window which will extract and display a list of all definitions throughout the law in one convenient spot, and you won't lose your spot in the document. This in-document keyword search will save you time by quickly jumping to a section of interest or finding keywords within the document. The Proposed Changes section will highlight and link you to proposed changes that have not yet come into law. From within the law itself, you will notice numerous color-coded amendment flags throughout the legislation. These not only serve to notify when and where amendments took place, but with one click you will be able to view how the section read prior to the change coming into force. The colors of the flags represent the type of amendment that occurred, such as repealed or added or substituted. To learn more about the flag icons or any other icons on Quickscribe, click on the legend on the top gray menu bar. Quickscribe's popular PDF function makes it easy for you to print off select sections of the law as needed. You can do this from the table of contents by selecting the PDF icon adjacent to the group of sections you wish to print. The professional-looking PDF is date-stamped, includes headers and footers, and seamlessly binds the sections you've selected into a clean single document, no wasted paper. To save or print the entire law, select the PDF icon on the top gray menu bar. Quickscribe also now includes thousands of select Hansard excerpts that will provide some background information about the sections of law you reference. Hansard refers to the debate that happens in the BC legislature when politicians discuss new legislation. So you may wonder, why would these legislative debates be of interest to me? Because these discussions provide you with some insight on what the original intent is behind the legislation, which will ultimately help you determine how the section should be interpreted and applied. If you see an H icon adjacent to a section, this indicates that there is a Hansard reference relating to that section. For example, a snippet may include the minister responding to a question by the opposition whereby he or she will clarify the meaning or intent of the section being discussed. These Hansard are fully searchable and more are being added all the time. To learn more about Hansard and how we've applied it, visit the dedicated Hansard homepage and select the Learn More option at the top. The video tutorial is also available here and in the General Help menu. To search for specific words or phrases across all legislation, annotations, Hansard, and related documents, use the keyword search function on the main search bar located on the home page or the dedicated search page. From the search bar itself, change the option from title search to keyword search. Quickscribe's search engine is smart, fast, and includes Boolean and proximity operators. A full list of search options can be viewed by clicking the question mark on the side of the search bar, including a link to a help page dedicated to searching. As a general suggestion, remember to use quotation marks for any inquiry that exceeds one word. The search results page will display all the various documents that include references to your query in order of relevance. You can also sort the number of hits per law by changing the filter to sort by law. This will help save you an enormous amount of time and will draw your attention to references within laws you might not first think to explore. You can then jump directly to the section of interest from the search results page, and if necessary, back again to the search results page. Located via the top menu bar, the My Alerts page will introduce you to a number of powerful tools that will help you keep track of important upcoming and recent changes to the laws that matter most to your organization. For example, the BC Legislative Digest will allow you to specify which laws to track for timely notification of recent and/or pending changes. You can select notification by category of law, which can be quite broad, or track a few key pieces of legislation. For you environmental managers, this particular alert will help to ensure you are never caught off guard by important pending changes. The Quickscribe Reporter is our most important informational alert. This monthly email alert provides you with a comprehensive summary of new laws and amendments that come into force each month. It also includes a collection of relevant industry news and articles that delve into recent or upcoming changes that will impact your industry. We think you will love the new Keyword Alert feature, designed to help you stay informed by alerting you to new legislative activity or Hansard that includes keywords or topics of your choosing. This personalized alert tool is easy to set up and is ideal for those who wish to track new regulations or any legislative activity dealing with specific subject matter of interest. This tool does not require you to select specific laws to track. For example, let's assume that you would like to be alerted when any new or pending legislation references contaminated soil. Perhaps you also would like to track new orders or regulations that reference the Forest Act. Simply add these as your keyword alerts in the space provided and select the type of legislative activity you wish to track. Quickscribe will then email you with a direct link to the very source that is referencing your keyword within hours of the occurrence. It's that easy. More information about this tool is available through the video tutorial on the Keyword Alert homepage. If you only wish to receive notifications of amendments to specific sections or parts of a law, you can do so by setting up tracked amendments. To do this, simply click on the tracking icon adjacent to the section you wish to receive notification for. Doing so will turn the icon green to indicate that you are set up to receive an email alert whenever there is a change. Clicking on the icon again will remove that tracking. We recommend using this feature to track changes to federal laws on Quickscribe. You can manage your section tracking alerts from the Alerts page or from My Account at the top. Finally, there are two ways to keep informed when new annotations are published: by law or by individuals. We will explain how to set up alerts for annotations in a moment. For now, just make note of where you will go to manage these alerts once they are established. In addition to color-coded historical arrows and the older versions of this law drop-down list that we just reviewed, Quickscribe also includes a number of powerful standalone historical research tools that are designed to save you time with more complex historical research tasks. For those who require a more detailed historical account of legislative changes and want to learn how these tools can help, I would encourage you to view the Historical Research Tools video tutorial located on this page or on the Help page. While most of the laws on Quickscribe date back to the 1996 revised statutes, work is underway to expand the historical scope beyond these dates, and new historical research tools are being developed, so stay tuned. This portion of the video will introduce you to the general concept of how annotations work, but I'd encourage you to have a look at the video tutorial accessible on the main Annotations homepage to ensure you are making full use out of this powerful resource. By clicking any pencil icon adjacent to a law or section, you can create a personal note and save it as a private annotation, which is the default, or make it visible to others in your organization. You can supplement your note by creating links to related documents online and create a concordance or convenient links to other sections or laws on Quickscribe. You can even upload a file, perhaps something relevant to your operations or EMS. Organizational annotations can be viewed by and shared with only those individuals who are assigned to your organization's secured account. In fact, colleagues can engage in relevant discussions by replying to organizational annotations. These discussions will help to facilitate collaboration on relevant issues and provide clarity and context for new staff who join your team in the future. When new annotations are added, the appropriate icon will appear adjacent to the section. There can be unlimited annotations assigned to one section, each providing valuable supplemental information about that section. Annotations contributed by one of Quickscribe's expert annotators are identified with the star icon. Quickscribe's growing list of contributors includes some of the most reputable lawyers and organizations in BC. These legal professionals provide you with valuable insight and interpretation and will draw your attention to relevant cases that relate to the section you are viewing. You can even follow users to receive alerts when they post a new annotation anywhere on the site. To view the full list of official contributors, select the Experienced Legal Professionals link on the Annotations homepage. You can even set up an alert to notify you when new annotations are posted to laws of your choosing. In November 2021, Quickscribe introduced a new supplemental notes feature that adds another layer of helpful information about each section of law on Quickscribe. The concept of this feature is to offer some historical insight on the how and why a section came to be. This type of background information is important because it provides you with a better understanding of the intent behind the legislation and ultimately how a section of law should be interpreted and applied. For example, supplemental notes might include a reference to a government news release explaining the rationale for why the section was added or amended, convenient concordance links showing you where sections of older, previously revised and renumbered laws live today, links to relevant consultation papers, reports, and policy initiatives that result in new legislation, and court rulings that serve as a catalyst for legislative change. In addition to offering historical context, supplemental notes may be also used to refer you to relevant government ministry documents, including policies, practice manuals, guidelines, and other resources that reference sections of legislation. Links to various legal blogs and articles dealing with a section of law. Notes can also be used to advise you about pending changes to a particular section, with links to the proposed changes, and notes can take you to corresponding fines or penalties that are referenced in a section. Let's have a closer look at where you can find these notes. Any section that has a supplemental note assigned to it will be identified by a small blue information icon. Simply click on the icon to view the note. Within the Supplemental Notes window, you will see a report function. This feature will allow users to advise Quickscribe of any broken links. It can also be used to pose a question about the note. In fact, users are encouraged to use this report feature to offer suggestions on additional material that should be considered for a given section or law. While you may not notice a significant number of notes initially, you can expect to see more added in the coming months and years ahead. Our priority will be to focus on the most referenced laws first and work our way through the other laws as time permits. Finally, you can manage all your annotations, alerts, bookmarks, and profile information through your My Account page at the top. So that concludes the short tour of the service. Quickscribe offers free live training sessions, so please contact us to schedule a time that works for you. And finally, as a smaller local service provider, we are more accessible than you may think, so don't hesitate to contact us with questions or suggestions on how you would like to see this service evolve. Emails are responded to within minutes, and more often than not, owner Mike Pasta will be there to take most calls that come into the office, a testament to our commitment to personal customer care.